So.
Yeah. Oh, he's gone, everybody. Sorry.
And I'm back.
Oh, he's back. And I'm back.
I turned the fan off. Shit was loud.
You're loud.
Your mom. What's up, buddy?
Yo. What you doing, brother?
Drinking some Gatorade.
Drink some Gatorade. In the low light, that looks like Sunny D.
Gross. When's the last time you had Sunny D?
Fuck, dude, I don't even know.
They sell it in like 24 packs at Costco, and I always want to get it. But then I remember it kind of sucks.
Yeah. Orangish flavored fucking acid water.
Or Tang. You remember Tang?
I do. I'd rather drink Tang than fucking Sunny D, I think.
Really?
I think so.
I don't think Tang ever fully dissolved in your drink, though. Like that was the...
I think you might use the wrong amount of Tang, sir. But that's the joy. You get the bottom and you get the little clumps. You're like, ooh, look, chewy clumps.
Chewy orange-ish clumps.
Yeah.
Of deliciousness?
Well, I mean, I didn't say deliciousness. No. There's nothing delicious about either of those things. It's weird, too, because, like, Tang tastes less like orange than it should. You know, being, like, dehydrated orange juice or whatever.
Yeah.
But it has this, like, off, doesn't exactly taste like orange flavor. You know what I mean? Like, it's an approximation of orange, but not really orange.
I remember when I was a little kid, I asked my grandma to get some Tang because it was on the commercials.
Oh, yeah, dude. You want to be an astronaut?
So fun, you know? And at the time, she was shopping... It must have been Smart and Final or something, but there was like a 40-ounce tub
Yeah, dude.
of the Tang.
The vat.
And when you realize as a little kid you drink it, but you even as a little kid, you're like, I kind of don't like this.
Yeah.
But it's better than water, I guess. That tub lasts a long time.
You're like, shit.
I fucked up. She actually bought it for me, so I have to drink it, though.
Yeah. You're like, oh, I've made a mistake, and that mistake is having to drink this 40 ounces of fucking powdered orange stuff.
Okay, so out of all of them, you had Tang, Sunny D, the gallon jugs of Tampico.
Which I never really had when I was growing up.
What?
Yep.
Even in SoCal?
Yeah, no, it was you had it if you went to certain taco shops, you could get it, but it wasn't something that was in our household or any of my friends' households, including my friends who are of Mexican descent. Never really had it either. Like there's one friend, Oscar and Leo. Their parents, they had Coke and they had water. That's it. Coke in a can and water. That's all you had. That's all they had to drink.
That's wild.
There's no like milk. I think was like maybe a breakfast thing, but that's like the refrigerator was just water and cans of Coke.
Your family drink milk or only use milk for like cereal and shit like that?
Everyone in my family except for me actually drank milk.
I never really drank milk.
Yeah, I don't even like milk in my cereal, but you can't if you put water in it. It seems like you're a lunatic. So.
Excuse me. Oh no, I'm good.
Yep.
Almost got me. That's gross. Yeah, I did that.
Or try the Revenge of the Nerds and just use beer.
We had... I feel like there's another weird juice thing that we used to get that wasn't really anything.
Well, I mean, you always had like a lot of families had High C, or they had Hawaiian Punch.
Well, Hawaiian Punch was... Have you had a Hawaiian Punch lately?
Oh, yeah, it's terrible.
It can't be the same thing, right?
Nah, I'm pretty sure it's not.
Because I remember it being one of the greatest things of all time.
Yeah, now it's borderline horrendous. Oh, no. What other beverages? Like if you had to do a pairing of a non-alcoholic beverage with a food, what is your go-to when you do things like that? What is your you go get chicken wings, right? Be Wild, NYPD, or no, a Native, Wingstop, whatever it happens to be. What is your go-to drink that's not an alcoholic beverage with wings, for example?
My default to most meals is either a Coke or a sweet tea.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm very picky about how they taste. People think they don't taste different at different places, but those people are dumb.
It's true.
This is a great segue for me to shit on those fucking Coke Freestyle Machines.
I was just thinking that same thing.
I fucking hate those things so much.
Bro, do you know they're coming out with an icy one?
I'll give that one a chance, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hate it.
Yeah,
I already mixed all the ices, so it's fine.
Yeah, so it's basically gonna be a base icy, right? Like this has no flavor; it's just the ice, and then when you choose your syrup, inside it mixes it and then shits it into your cup.
Oh, that's not gonna come out right.
Right? Because like that's gonna be worse than like the Coke one. Because like it's gonna have like a little chamber that's gonna be coated in whatever you got.
Yeah, this would be bad.
So
and the mix, it's not gonna taste right either. People are like, kind of tastes like a cherry icy,
but with like a tinge of something else. Why is my cherry icy slightly purple? Oh, because someone got raspberry or blueberry for you.
Gonna be off.
Yeah.
Never made icy like that before. Why are they doing that now? It's bullshit. Because those freestyle machines are shit.
They're shit.
Nothing tastes right. I haven't had a Five Guys burger in over a year because I don't like the freestyle machine.
That's a solid point.
Like, you can give me... And people shit on Five Guys burgers. I think they're delicious as long as you eat them there.
Yeah, they're not a to-go food.
They can't travel at all.
Yeah, like, they're one of a few fast food places that don't travel well. You need to have a dining room experience with that because
that bun's gonna dissolve.
Yeah, that foil wrap they put on it is gonna dissolve into a meat paste by the time you get wherever you're going.
You're just gonna be getting.
You could literally live 5 minutes away from a Five Guys. You get home, that burger is mush inside that fucking thing, dude.
Yeah.
It's a guaranteed thing. It's some kind of you know.
And it is expensive. That's the other thing, too. I hate when people complain how Five Guys is expensive. I was like, have you ever left Five Guys fucking hungry? Or wanting to eat more? No.
No.
It's like, it shouldn't cost this much for a burger and fries. Yeah, but guess what? It does. So don't fucking go there if you don't like it.
And it's good. It's a good, solid burger. Like, their food's good. I mean, and the thing is, like, I can't say it's not never frozen, but, like, they taste better than most. Like, actually, it tastes better than all like traditional fast food places outside of the In-N-Outs and the Culvers of the world. I'm talking.
And the In-N-Out and Culvers are just different. They're all good.
Yeah.
I also hate the burger wars thing that goes on online. How some people be like In-N-Out's gross. I'm like, In-N-Out's not gross. You can like another burger more than In-N-Out, but you can't tell me you rather have fucking $1.50 fucking Burger King burger, like whatever their basic cheap burger is, right? Than a fucking double. There's no fucking way.
I agree.
Those people are also dumb. Let's talk about all the dumb people. Dumb people who like fast food burgers over In-N-Out. Yo, the other crazy one is like, I know you don't like Whataburger. I'm fine with Whataburger. It's whatever.
First off,
those fucking weirdos who say Whataburger is way better than In-N-Out.
Oh yeah, those people should be drawn out in the street and beaten.
What are we talking about here? I can understand if people said Whataburger fries are better than In-N-Out fries, because I get how In-N-Out fries are decisive. Like, I understand it. They're weird
because they're fresh and they're real French fries.
Well, also
from a real potato.
Cut too.
Or what?
They're the wrong size cut.
That's fair. They should be a little thicker.
I think that fucks up people. But, you know, when they started in the fucking 60s or whatever, they bought 1 million of those fucking potato slicers, and they're trying to work through them still.
Oh, they're never going away.
All still American products in the 60s. They last too long.
Yeah, make them modern. They'll break down in a couple months.
Yeah. And then, what's the other one? Five Guys always gets thrown in there, and people shit on Five Guys. But it's delicious.
And also, don't order a large fry. Listen, people, listen. When you go to Five Guys, order a regular fry.
There's 5 of you.
Even then, like, bro, the burgers are too big to be eaten a large fry with. And a small fry is essentially a large fry anywhere else you go, if not bigger. Because they take the cup, they fill it with fries, right? Then they put it in a bag, and then it's like, fuck it. And they scoop in another cup full of fucking fries on top of it. And then close it up, and they're like, that's your fry bag. And they're like, bro, I ordered a burger and fries. Why am I getting 3 bags? They're like, oh, well, the third bag is literally like the bag for your soda to go in. You're like, bro, I'm eating here, bro. I'm not going anywhere. Did I ever tell you the Clint story about Five Guys?
Pickles?
No, that's a pickles thing. That's a whole different fucking thing. I'll explain that too.
Because I was there for that one.
Yeah, and you know for the fact he was raving about those pickles and then literally forgot about them. Anyways, yeah,
and
dude,
looked at us like we were stupid.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. So the first time I ever bring, I think, was it the first time? Was it when I don't think you were there for this one. So he came to visit. We went to Five Guys. They don't have Five Guys in the San Diego area, as far as I know. At that time, maybe now, I don't know. I haven't really been back to search for that stuff because when I go back, I don't look for fast food that I can eat here. Anyways, so he's like, let's go to Five Guys. He's like, okay. So we go there, and I'm like, hey, just so you know, like, don't order a large fry. Order a smaller regular. Or whatever it is, right? Do they have 3 sizes or is it 2 sizes?
I can't remember. I think it's just the 2.
The regular and a large or whatever, right? So I was like, don't do it because they give you extra fries. He's like, okay. So we go and order. We get to the table. I'm like, so what'd you end up getting? He's like, oh, I got a double cheeseburger with bacon and then a large fry. I was like, why'd you order a large fry? He's like, because I wanted more fries. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be too much fries. He goes, how's a large fry too much fries? I'm like, bro, why don't you listen to me? So he literally goes and he gets this food, right? And he has 2 bags. And I'm like, see, I told you. He's like, what is this? I was like, that small one, which you would think is the fries,
is your burger.
Is your burger. He's like, this weighs like 3 pounds. I was like, yeah, because you ordered a double cheeseburger with bacon, which means it has at least 1.5 pounds of bacon on it. And then 2 half-pound patties. You have a 4-pound burger.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, what's this? I'm like, that's your fucking French fries, dude. I'm telling you. You ordered a large fry, so they gave you a family of 7's fry order. He opens it up, and it's the large soda cup jammed with fries with another 4 cups of fries on top of it in this bag. Yeah. And it's literally just slowly becoming a dark brown bag because of the grease. And he's like, what am I supposed to do with this? I'm like,
eat it.
You're supposed to eat it because you ordered a large fry, you sociopath. I told you not to order a large fry. You ordered a large fry. Now you pay the consequences.
No.
He's like, I don't get it. I was like, I don't either. But I told you the rule, and you still went against it.
We were here. We showed you. Joe's got weird food things, too. Remember Joe doesn't like Five Guys?
Yeah, he said he kept saying because they use peanut oil to cook the fries.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, isn't peanut oil more of like a less flavorful oil?
I think it's got a higher smoke point, so a lot of the chicken places fry their food in peanut oil.
Yeah,
and we found that out when Jen got her peanut allergy.
Yeah, because a lot of places a lot of restaurants had to change because of it, right? Because it's such a large peanut allergy outbreak thing.
Well, I think they figured that I don't know because we just kind of avoid them now. But I think that I read one time. I could be making this up, so I probably shouldn't even say it. But that peanut oil, if you fry stuff in peanut oil, like people with peanut allergies can still actually eat it because it's not something about when it breaks down into the oil form. It's like the allergen's gone and it's such a high heat or some shit like that. That's actually not bad, but we just stay away from it just in case.
The internet says highly refined peanut oil. This oil is purified, bleached, deodorized, and refined to remove peanut proteins. It's generally considered safe for most people with peanut allergies and doesn't require labeling as an allergen. Unrefined peanut oil, on the other hand, is the crude version, and that shit's super not good for you if you have a peanut allergy, apparently.
They just throw extra peanuts in it.
They're like, hey, we fried peanuts in this unrefined peanut oil, so go fuck yourselves, you fucking terrible humans who can't have peanuts. Well, it's like the boom of avocado oil, and like, I wonder if does that do the same thing, or is that fucking gonna kill people with avocado allergies?
No one has an avocado allergy.
That is incorrect, sir.
No. Who's allergic to avocados?
My aunt, who almost died because of it, and it was one of those late life allergies too. Like, because when she was growing up, she grew up in California, and they used to have an avocado tree, and they had avocados all the time. And when she got in like her mid to late 30s or something, or maybe early 40s, she got like a severe allergy to avocados, and like damn near killed her.
All right, well, I guess there are avocado allergies.
Yeah,
but nobody talks about those.
It's because we don't like to bring those people up.
When's the last time you had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Yesterday.
Fuck you, man.
I actually technically had 2 yesterday on some Sara Leah white bread.
Nobody just eats one fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwich. What are you, a child?
Yeah. And I didn't even cut the crusts off. I ate it like a regular person who doesn't use knives to cut bread crust. And then I had with tortilla chips because I had nothing else to go with it. So
that part I don't enjoy. But when you eat a peanut butter and jelly, do you eat the crust off first? Or do you just go in like an animal?
So I eat all my like regular sliced bread sandwiches the same. Right? I say that because I'm not talking subs or like hoagies or anything.
Yeah.
Like regular sliced ass American or like just white bread or whatever bread you're using.
Yeah.
Right? So I start with a corner, and usually it's the rounded corner of the bread.
Okay. So what would be considered the top part?
Yeah. So I start there and I eat that, and then I go 2 bites down, and then I go to the other side, and then go to that corner, right? So then I have a square without like the top half. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay. Then I go down the other side, so I have just like the small corner and the bottom, the what would be like the left side of the bread, for example, right? And then I eat. This is gonna be strange, and if Paige were here, she would like describe exactly what it is. I eat a round, and so there's a circle part, right, like this, and then like a little section, and then the bottom bread down here, the bottom crust, and then I eat the crust off of it. So I just have around the center part of the sandwich, and that's how I end my sandwiches.
That's fucking wild.
I don't know why. That's how I do it. But no matter what kind of sandwich it is, if it's on sliced bread, it can be toasted. I do the exact same thing. Which I don't even like toast that much, like toasted bread that much, because it fucks my mouth up.
Yeah, I eat most sandwiches the same way.
With your mouth?
It's usually just I eat all. Like, I don't do, like, little bites. I do regular bites, but I eat all the crust off first. Because my theory is the center of the sandwich
is the hottest.
Is the best bite. Throwback. I think the center of the sandwich is genuinely the best bite, usually, right?
It has all the ingredients.
I try to save that one for last. And it's a little bit too big because I'm a glutton asshole. So I don't want it to be one normal bite. I want it to be, like, a bite and, like, almost a half, and just shove it into my fat face. But that's how I eat. I like a nice circular.
Yeah,
thing.
so
Especially peanut butter and jelly, because that's where most of my jelly is in the middle. Because I mount it up a little bit in the middle.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's riveting.
So that's how I eat my. I know that's a super great description for audio, but that's how I eat my sandwiches no matter what.
Maybe we'll just live stream you eating a sandwich one of these days.
Okay.
We gotta start getting into the other media outlets for this thing. We start a kick stream. You just eating different foods.
But like not like exotic foods, just regular foods. Like, why is this guy eating a grilled cheese sandwich that's not grilled? It's like, hey,
you do that?
It's
you eat cold cheese sandwiches.
Well, so I watched this guy. He literally made a grilled cheese sandwich with like the outside of the bread was not toasted, but the inside was toasted. And I still don't know exactly, like, so basically what he did, right?
So the ideal is like the bread, the radiant heat off the bread, it's going to melt the cheese or
something? No, he took it a step farther. So he literally toasted the bread on one side in a pan, right?
Yeah.
So then, but he did that, he did that the second to last thing. Like, he basically buttered one side of the bread. And I didn't try this. I have normal grilled cheese sandwiches, even though I'm not a huge fan of, like, the toast on the outside. But... He basically made a cheese mixture, like a fondue almost.
Oh, what an animal.
And then he basically, in a pan, butter, oil, I can't remember what he used, toasted the what would be the inside of the one side of the bread, right, on each slice. Put the one piece down, put the fondue, like a glob of it in the middle, and let it ooze out, and then put the other piece on top. And that's how he made his grilled cheese sandwich. It's not grilled, but yet it was a sandwich and it was cheese, but he still called it a grilled cheese sandwich because he, not like me, I don't like the texture. He didn't like the mess because he didn't like how the when you bite into toast, it has like the crumbles that come off, the crumbs. He didn't like that, but he also didn't like the fact that the cheese wasn't just straight gooey, so he made essentially a fondue out of it.
I don't enjoy this at all.
Yeah, no, I didn't try that because I was like,
I'm
that
what you call
seems
a
bad.
regular person who would just put a grilled cheese into a pan. Again,
well, I texted you you guys a while back when Paige and I had grilled cheese sandwiches, and I made mine with Kewpie mayo.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it was real good. And I used the was it Kroger brand? They have a white American cheese, like in the packets. That's really good. It melts really well. I did
the grilled cheese from the Chef movie a couple times. I can't remember what the cheese is now, but it's like 4 different cheeses.
Yeah.
Because of course, fucking Roy Choi's gotta make everything difficult.
You mean tasty?
It was delicious. And you know how, like, if you're eating grilled cheese, like say you're doing grilled cheese and tomato soup for dinner, like throwback, how many sandwiches are you grabbing?
I think I had 2, right? Paige had 1. I had 2 grilled cheese sandwiches.
I'm 3. If it's old school traditional,
yeah, I just
grilled
did
cheese and it's like actual meal, I'll do 3. I did the Chef one. I could only eat 1.
Well, yeah, because it's a fuck ton of everything, dude.
And it was like a struggle, dude. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, man, that's a meal in itself. A meal in itself.
We're doing Vegas in November.
Yeah.
We had a couple days off, and fucking San Diego is too expensive to go to anymore. So we're doing Vegas.
Which is weird to say when you say the alternative is Vegas.
Yeah, but really, if you don't gamble, Vegas is cheap as fuck.
Can be.
You get really nice rooms for like $100 a night and shit if you find the right dough. So I'm trying to lock in because her friend is meeting us up there for one of the days, and her boyfriend. So we're trying to lock in reservations for best friends.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Yeah, if we entered to get tickets to go see Creed in Vegas, on which is weird because It's on the December 30th. And Paige's like, let's do, like, she's like, 30th or 31st. I was like, not doing the 31st. I'll tell you right now, there's not a fucking chance. I'm leaving that town before the 31st, like the morning of or whatever, afternoon of, I'm leaving because that town's going to get, you're not going to be in Vegas on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I mean, it doesn't sound like a fun time. You know what I mean? I don't like it one bit.
I know, I might have fun. Vegas is the ultimate people watching place.
Yeah. I guess, that is very true.
You see the weirdest weirdos?
Well, you see the weirdest weirdos in a normal situation. We're not talking like peak Florida weird. We're talking like regular normal people weird, yeah.
We're talking about normal people's weirdest moments. You know what I mean?
Not professional weirdos.
Yeah, like people who are at home just have a regular fucking 9-to-5 accounting job and shit like that, and they've been waiting on this trip with the fellas for a while, and they're gonna really fucking, when somebody always overdoes it, and then find out somebody's actually fucking in the group is addicted to cocaine. somebody is a fucking gambling addict and is down like fucking 200 grand. You're like, how the fuck do you even get 200 grand? And they're like, I don't know, man. This is trouble. They're gonna kill me. And then like, we gotta get that money back. It's so fun. You just sit back and watch all those people.
That's fair. I can't remember. Well, I mean, I can remember certain things that happened in Vegas, but I was trying to remember the last when Paige and I were there. There was something. Oh, we were waiting for a table somewhere. We were going to what's his face's burger place. Gordon Ramsay's burger place.
Oh yeah.
And we were waiting because it's in that like weird under the building mall, right?
Yeah. Miracle Mall.
Yeah, whatever it's called. And we're sitting there, and like this group of like bachelorette party people were walking by, and they were all just and this was like 9:30 at night, and they were like hammered, and this one girl just like trying to kept like hugging random people, and then like it was just so weird because like it was like all her friends were like they're all drunk and they're all having a good time, and this girl was just trying to like just hugging random people as they walk by, and I was like, please, someone start a fight with this drunk bitch, and it never happened. I was like, come on, she's got to hug the wrong person, and like someone gets upset, right? But like everyone's like, oh yeah, she's drunk, haha, there you go, whatever. And I was like, why don't I get this like entertainment you see on these videos of people getting fucking drunk punched and shit? Nope.
Not the last time I was there, but the time before that, it was nighttime, and we're at one end of the strip, and we were taking the bus back to where we were staying, and we were at the bus stop, and there was this chick missing a shoe.
Oh yeah.
Makeup's all like typical, like if you say, hey, me a fucking sloppy drunk girl in Vegas, what does it look like? Was it. And she is with two guys, and I don't know what the dynamic of that three was, like I don't know, but she was fucking punching and slapping the shit out of both of those guys, and they were just trying to get her home safely. It felt like that was like, because she's like, I'm not ready to go, and slapping the shit out of the dude and pushing the other guy, and they're like, we gotta get you back now. And they're like, fuck you, and she's yelling, and so finally one of the guys was like, whatever, and just dropped her and walked away, and the other guy's like, no man, don't do that, you'll fuck her, and he just kept walking away. I was like, yeah man, that guy's awesome.
That guy knows what's up. That guy knows what's up.
Yeah, that's my hero.
It's my spirit animal.
Yeah.
Yep, it's true. Vegas is just a fun-filled place of nonsense. Can you imagine what it's gonna be like when fucking WrestleMania is there?
Dude, with all the wrestling nerds,
dude. Just
I don't think Vegas understands how much the wrestling nerds show out on Mania weekend.
so let me ask you a question.
It might be the weirdest weekend Vegas ever had.
Yeah, let me ask you this question, right? Okay, so and this is a serious question, not talking about fucking the thralls of virgins that are gonna be flocking to the streets of Vegas for WrestleMania.
Virgin's much longer.
Yeah,
they're gonna have to bust in the horse for that fucking weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be real busy. Do you think they put Raw and/or SmackDown in the Sphere? And the reason I ask is SmackDown usually has the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to look and see if there's a scheduled time, like if they already have stuff scheduled for the Sphere that weekend. But I could see the Sphere.
Whatever they eventually will do something in the Sphere. Mania weekend, it makes the most sense. SmackDown, I would say the Raw after Mania makes the most sense for the Sphere.
I was thinking both. I was thinking like SmackDown.
No, you can't do both though.
Really though? Can you?
This is something that when they do it, they want to do it once and like make it a spectacle. You know what I mean?
I guess, but I mean, yeah. The Raw after Mania is always like the big stuff. Like it's like you're booting off the new year. You know.
There's always returns and fucking heel turns and shit like that.
And that shit will be on Netflix.
Oh fuck, that's right.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, because that starts January.
That's wild.
Yeah,
I would say the Raw after Mania would be the move. Because everything else that weekend is always like SmackDown always kind of sucks going into Mania.
It's mostly just returning like guest stars and nothing really nothing really happens on that SmackDown.
So yeah, I don't know.
Vegas Sphere.
But they would promote the shit out of that like UFC did. And they have an in too, because UFC did it and they're fucking under the TKO thing now.
Las Vegas Sphere. Let's see. Do I have shows and tickets? Is there a calendar? Nope. Okay. Oh, here we go. We can pick a month. April, right?
Yep.
Is that the 5th and 6th is Mania, right? Beginning of April?
I'm not sure. 19th and 20th.
19th and 20th, okay. See, I thought... Oh, look at that. Guess what doesn't have any shows that day so far? Yeah. It's the last thing they have is Thursday the 10th. After that, it's blank. I'm just saying. Paul, make a couple calls, bud. Call your homie Dana and be like, hey, give me that Sphere contact, brother. And then, get it going. I would see. So the reason I thought that is like I could see like the Hall of Fame ceremony being pretty spectacular in the Sphere.
Yeah.
And the entrances just for like the wrestlers during whichever show they were to put in there would be pretty ridiculous, dude. Because like I don't know, like I know I sent the one video to the group, but did you see any of the UFC stuff from that?
Yeah.
Bro, that shit was wild.
I saw some of the YouTube stuff too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I've seen a bunch of videos from the Sphere, but that was one of the coolest ones too. Plus, like, because the octagon is so small when you really look at it, from like the
Yeah,
top.
the octagon's crazy tiny.
Yeah, like even the stages when you see like U2 or the Eagles who are there right now, I think playing or whatever. The stage is so far away that it's like you can't really see much from up top. So like with the UFC, they put the camera views from like what you normally see on the pay-per-view up on the screen during the match. So if you were up top, you could literally see the giant screens because it's like a fucking, the dome. So I thought it was pretty cool. I was like, that makes it actually a little better because I've been to a live UFC fight. I've been to a couple of them in very large venues. And if you're not close, it is impossible to see anything happening in that fucking ring because they're just too small and too far away from you. And I'm like, yeah. So you're watching the big screen, and even sometimes those are far away, and you're like, bro, this is like watching one of those pocket TVs from back in the day.
Wrestling's the same thing, even in like regular stadiums.
Yeah.
If you're upper level, it could be pretty. You find yourself watching the screens a lot more than watching the actual ring.
Yeah, because you can't really see anything going on. You're just like,
you're just kind of there for the environment at that point.
Yeah.
Like the energy of the crowd. Like we had tickets. This is 100 years ago when it was the Royal Rumble in the Sun Stadium, and it was when The Rock versus CM Punk for the title. Before The Rock headed into the rematch with Cena, and we got tickets late to that, and so the last ones available were pretty high up, and like you could clearly see what's going on, but even with those ones, like I said, you just kind of find the closest monitor and you end up watching that most of the time because that's the TV view.
Yeah. Oh, did Triple H talk about it? W executive said the UFC 306 show in Sphere looked like a lot of fun, adding, I want to do that during Saturday news conference.
Okay. It's obviously on the radar, clearly.
I mean, it has to be at that point, right? Like, I can't be breaking fucking the thought patterns. There's no way. I mean, it's literally the same company just did a massive event there, and it looked dope as shit. And they don't even have that much good production value. Your UFC, like, that's like scraping the bottom of the fucking production value. Where WWE's like, nah, we're gonna do all sorts of crazy shit. We're gonna do all the stuff that you can't imagine. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do, like, I can't wait. So who brings back the coffin match?
Ooh, casket match.
Casket match, dude. Like, we're bringing back Bad Blood. We're bringing back all sorts of old shit. Like, can we get a casket match? Who does it? Do we bring back Aleister Black / Malachi and fucking
Aleister is the the only guy currently going that makes he makes the most sense out of all the current wrestlers for a casket match or even a buried alive match. We used to have those too. Remember those ones?
Yeah. Those
ones were dope. We had a bunch of characters that kind of lended itself better though back in the day because you had
Kane, Undertaker.
That was Undertaker's match. So I don't think we'll get another casket match. Because even though has there been casket matches without Taker? It has to be, right? Or was he in all of them?
I think he was in all of them, wasn't he? I'd have to look that up.
Yeah, so I don't know if you should do that one again, but you could do Buried Alive, though.
I wonder.
I remember they made a giant casket for Mark Henry. I remember that casket was so fucking massive.
What if they spun it and didn't do a casket match? They did like a sarcophagus match. It's a big stone sarcophagus comes down to the ring, like on like a forklift or some shit. Right?
I say fuck it. We do a cremation match.
Oh fuck,
motherfucker!
God damn. God
damn. It better be a retirement match.
Yeah, a life retirement match. Good lord. I mean, obviously you couldn't go through with it because who's getting dusted, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, someone might be ready to go.
They're like, hey,
one more run at a fucking main event before they go.
They're like, hey, older wrestlers don't always have the best life. You know what I mean? You have real bad problems. You become a crazy ass fucking racist. So
I was wondering about that. It seems now with like Triple H taking over and how they do less. That I read this big fucking stupid report on TKO's thought process on live events.
Mm-hmm.
And because Vince was always like, we run hard lives, like always, like that's our bread and butter. That's how we build our fan base. That's how we get to these areas that don't ever get live events. We give them shit. And TKO's like, well, Vince already kind of fucking grew the brand. Now we're trying to go global. And like, so they're cutting away from as many live events. Which is like, it makes sense, but I feel like they're doing like, dude, they said to be planning on doing just TV shows and then like one live event a week at some point in the future. I was like, that's fucking crazy because like they used to go 5-6 days a week.
Yeah,
and they had like A team and B teams on different roads and shit.
Yeah,
like I remember the first time, not the first time, but when they came to Yuma, when I was in junior high, and it was they came on a Monday night, and I was all fucking confused because they had Monday night, like they were doing weekly live Monday night Raws at that point.
Yeah.
So they're live, I think, in Phoenix, and then doing a fucking house show in Yuma.
And you're like, wait a minute.
House show in Yuma took like fucking 6,000 people. So I don't know what. Hey. What is it? Oh, cool. Thank you.
Uh-oh.
My coffee.
Round 2 of hydration is here.
Do you drink like?
Yeah.
Strong like bull. Yeah, I think that they're because they're still doing not dark matches. They're still doing house shows, just not as many.
That's the same rate.
Yeah. And I think
probably going to lead them to wrestlers not dying in their 50s anymore, though.
Yeah, I mean it's going to help too with like the just keeping things kind of going in one way. You know what I mean? Because we still see there's house shows like every now and then, but it's like those like one-offs or whatever. They're not like, you don't hear about like every week there's this one and this one and this one and this one. But I mean, I do think Paul, I'm not gonna call him Paul, we're close like that. I think he has tapped into, and I don't know if it's because he's hired people or he's just smart into it. I think they've really delved into more of this digital media thing with like, they go live on Twitch with people talking about stuff like before the pre-show stuff. They do like I think on Friday afternoon, I think they did it, where they went live and did like the best of like Hell in a Cell matches.
Yeah.
And they had some like, fucking social media wrestling person, I don't know his name, whatever, like he kind of hosts it or whatever. And then, but did you see the fan footage of the KO heel turn? That was pretty cool because like that wasn't, there was no cameras rolling. I'm sure there probably was, but like we didn't see
it would
them.
be so cool if they don't ever get a real camera shot on that.
But it was all fan stuff like coming from that, like not like fans and not like the things pushing air, but like the human beings, the WWE Universe angle of KO assaulting Cody Rhodes outside his bus.
And what a cool way to do it too, because it's been kind of teased for months now.
Yeah,
that KO is going to do that, and then they do it with no cameras rolling, and we're just getting leaked video online. I was like, I like that, man.
Yeah, it's real smart.
Just slightly different. It's not what you expect. This has been a really fun time to watch wrestling because it's been just what's fucked up. WWE now like right now, is what we were all hoping AEW was gonna be when it first started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then it's still not fully, but like I wanted AEW to be a little bit more hardcore.
Yeah.
You know, and get rid of that PG rating, which WWE is kind of doing.
They're skirting the line of what PG is.
They're pushing it, dude.
They are definitely. I mean, it's like just.
Well, Netflix is going to be TV-14, right?
Bro, I don't know. I mean, I think so, but it's also like they have. I don't think they're gonna like. Everyone's like, oh, they're gonna start cursing. I'm like, I don't think so. I think they're just gonna be a little more risque with the subject.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's gonna be Seth fucking Rollins. You know what I mean?
We should get like one good F word a month.
Well, I mean, I the only reason why is because like when they do the clips that appear on all social media, they're definitely gonna have to, you know.
Yeah, edit it.
Yeah, it'd be more for the social media team to fucking have to worry about. Hey, editors. I'll say this too. Hey, so you and I have been watching wrestling for a long time. Have you noticed not just production value has like changed in since like Triple H took over really, but like because the entrance stuff looks like fucking video games now. Like they're pretty gnarly with like the 4K fucking video quality and like this isn't even real. But like the instant replay for the commentary has been like right away.
Yeah.
Like Corey last night for Bad Blood requested the like a clip right away. Like
yeah.
I was like, I know it's scripted, right? We know what's happening. Like
I
it's
think
you know
that's designed to make it feel. This is a weird way to say it, but more like real sports.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like
because the announcers in like Joe Rogan during a UFC fight, he'll ask for that replay.
Yeah.
Like during in between rounds or like football, the color commentators sometimes be like, "Hey, we got to see that again one more time," and then they'll show them like another angle. Yeah, I think it's just a really small detail to kind of make you buy in just a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was like I was like watching. I was like, man, that's cool because like you see it and you're like, oh, that's dope because like that feels like it's real in the moment. And like when they like Corey or Michael or whoever, they will ask for that because like we need like let's see that again, like because our angle's not good enough or whatever, right? And I'm like, that's fucking cool. Like it just feels cool. But like that production team, I don't know how they do it. Like fucking video wizards they have in the fucking truck out front.
Who was it that they fired and the internet was all excited they fired because he was the production guy? I want to say like Kevin Dunn or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
right? That was also a wrestler, so I don't know. Yeah, but when they fired him, that's when everything started switching up. That's when we started getting those cool, like weird one shots coming down from the entrance ramp and around the ring while the match is going on.
In the ring while the match is going on, like you know, like up on the turnbuckle shit. Like it's fucking the. I can't imagine what that like the whoever's directing the cameras at that point is like on point like all the time. Like here. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, it's been really fun with it.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Also, have you noticed, like, I don't know if this is just me thinking it, but a couple months back when, like there was fan footage of, like 1/3 filled arenas for AEW shows.
Yeah.
And, like, the camera side is just, like, fully packed, and, like, when you watch TV, the cameras never really leave one side of the ring or whatever. But then, like, with WWE, they have like shots where like the camera will literally move around the ring so you can see the arena during the match. And I'm like, is that like it's got to be like a direct like fuck you guys, you know, like our arenas are full.
Like, because people, one, I will say I hate the AEW versus WWE stuff in terms of fans.
Yeah,
they're the worst. because the hardcores on both sides are fucking awful.
Yeah, well,
but it is funny when the AEW hardcores, they would see a picture of where the camera's set up, and there's obviously a massive section that's all blacked out because it's camera operated and everything.
Yeah.
In every wrestling show. Always.
Yeah.
And so AEW kind of ate a little bit of shit for having those sections blocked off sometimes too, and the rest of the arena looked pretty fucking full. But AEW was having a real rough time there for a second when they would glance, you know, away from camera, like during the match, and you could see empty sets during the show. Like, that's bad. You don't want that. But it never made sense to me. I was like, you guys could run smaller houses and pack it, and the sound will be better. Because that's what they were doing right at first. And then they started going into 15, 16,000 seaters. It's like, you don't need to do that.
Nope.
I was like, you don't need to do that at all. You're not. And even, who was it? Was it Britt Baker, I think? Said that one of the things we have to worry about is trying to just put on the best show we can instead of trying to compete with WWE. Or something to that effect. I'm like, yeah, dude, that's all fans, like normal fans want. Like, we just wanted a different style of wrestling. Like, when you first started up, it was, you know, first time American audiences were going to see Omega and the Bucks and fucking this new version of Moxley that he couldn't really do in WWE. I was like, that's all we wanted. We wanted to see all the Japan guys, basically, on American TV with American commentary and American storylines. It's like really all we like. Anybody that was cool that not in WWE, we just wanted to see them on TV consistently. Yeah, and they somehow didn't fucking do it.
They tried, and then someone took over.
Like, and this is the worst. Again, it sounds like I'm like one of those WWE hardcores. Like, I really want AEW to be like super successful because the competition era of wrestling is always the best eras. Yeah. But Tony Khan is the absolute worst part of that show. Like, when he's on TV, there's no fucking reason for him to be on TV either. And, like, I get it, dude. If my dad gave me a bunch of money and I started a wrestling show, I'm putting the fucking title on me. Like, I don't, like, I'm not, no one's gonna like my show. I'm gonna be. So I 100% get what he's doing. But I was like, just as a fan standpoint, I understand if I did that, nobody's tuning in. Every time he comes out and he talks, he just sounds like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's definitely not a public speaker.
And it's like, when is anyone going to, like, figure out, like, you don't have to mention WWE? You don't have to fucking mention them. Yeah. WWE throws shots. You can throw shots. Throw shots all you want. Don't fucking make it blatant. You know, like, make it fucking... Make people have to think about it a little bit. You know what I mean? Fucking... Who's it? Punk? Punk is the master at throwing shots without being overtly obvious because... borderline overtly obvious with it. Like, if you know everything, if you read all the stories. He commented on one of the NXT, after the NXT show he was on, one of the people talked about, like, not liking Punk, like, in character on an Instagram post. Yeah. And he commented on it. He's like, I'm old, I'm tired, and I work with fucking children. I was like, God damn it.
I mean, it's true.
I don't know how to feel about... What's your feelings on Punk? Just in general now.
I mean, it's weird that... Like, I don't know if there was a shift in what narrative they were building because of the injuries. Yeah. But it felt more like they were going to do what they did with Drew, but with Seth and CM. Because on that return... Seth was way more visibly angry about CM back, right? And then obviously, like, they took the whole, like, Drew accidentally, air quotes, injuring Punk at the Rumble. And so that led the, like, I think that's... It was
an easy transition. It was good.
But I think what I was hoping was going to happen was leading into the Hell in the Cell match for this, it was going to be a triple threat. Like, it was going to be Seth, Drew, and Punk in there. Yeah. But obviously injuries and tsunamis aside, kind of caused that not to be a thing.
Tsunamis.
Literal and figurative tsunamis. But I don't know. It's interesting because like everyone wants like the psychopath Drew back, right? Like they want that fucking hard heel Drew McIntyre. But it just seemed like they drug on the Punk Drew thing for a little too long to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I say this because like they didn't like. I know like during Bad Blood that was like the third match they had, but like I would have liked to see more of like in-ring matches, not pay-per-view matches with them. And like I get it, like cause you're obviously you're building that, and like obviously Punk probably doesn't have the body to be doing a fucking week by week ring matches. But I would have liked to see that more. But that's more of like because I want to see Punk wrestle again. Yeah. But like it's been these event matches, which is cool. Don't get me wrong, they're fucking dope, and like last night's fucking Hell in a Cell match was a bizarre way to start your pay-per-view.
Well, when you have The Rock coming back at the end of the night.
Yeah, well, because I expected it to be like 2 matches, Hell in a Cell, another match, tag team match.
Nah, Punk's got that old school wrestler in him, and he's always said if you're not ending the show, you want to start the show.
Which I understand, but like the amount of damage that was done to that ring was like that should have been middle of the card. Like, hey, like let's raise this up again. And last night, this is a criticism, and you may not agree. The beginning and the end of last night's pay-per-view or PLE was the best part. That middle section
was rough.
That was bro, dude. Oof, I did not need those matches.
The thing. This is what's going on with that other one. So you start the show off with the best non-title feud that you've had in years, right?
Yeah.
And coming off of the first match was good. The second match shocked everybody because nobody wanted a strap match. Everyone was pissed about it, and it was amazing. It was one of the best matches Punk's had fucking like a long time, counting his AEW run and his fucking last WWE run. And then Hell in a Cell should be a main event match, but because of what's going on with the bloodline, and the returns and everything, it makes sense that had to go on last because you can't have The Rock pop the crowd in fucking segment 2 of the show and then go away. You know what I mean? So then you end up, I think it was Bayley and Nia next, right? And unfortunately for Bayley, and Bayley's is, dude, she's the most underrated wrestler, not female, not male, most underrated wrestler I think on the planet, because she's thrown into an impossible situation with an impossible opponent. You can't have a good regular match with Nia Jax, like, and this is not a dig on Nia. It's just
it should be, but
it's her heel type, right? Like you can't. You need a spectacle, almost. Like her regular one-on-one matches should be on TV. The pay-per-view matches should be a stipulation match, right? While she's champ, and I have no problem with her being champ. None of that shit. But like, if she's defending the title on a pay-per-view, let's make it a fucking cage match. Let's make it a street fight. Let's make it a fucking tables match. You know, like something like that. And Bayley is like kind of the fucking. I feel like she's kind of the workhorse of that women's division, and she really doesn't care if she has the belt or not. She doesn't care if she wins or loses. She's just trying to get everybody over. But you can't. Nobody's getting that match fucking going after that Hell in a Cell. All right, you almost needed a fucking unannounced squash match by like a newcomer or something like that. Like if Braun would have come out there and fucking just smoked some fucking jobber or some low-level guy real quick with just a couple of spears and then like beat the shit out of him and send him out on a stretcher, then kind of could have reset the crowd a little bit. And then you have the Liv and Rhea stuff And the best part about that one, which, again, in 100 years, no one remembers the matches. They remember the moments. People are going to remember that Dominic hanging from the cage and getting his ass whipped moment. That's all that match was there for. You just needed that part, right? And then you had Raquel coming back. So now
and
you can split Liv. Yeah, you can split Liv and Rhea now. And Raquel and Rhea can do their thing for a minute. So that match was never going to be like, oh, we're all talking about this one afterwards. And then, what was after that?
That was the announcement of the Crown Jewel Championship.
Right, and the Gunther Goldberg shit.
Yep.
Which is, dude, if after all that shit and all the stuff that Goldberg's been talking, if he gets a match with Gunther, I'm low-key I really want to see that match because, like, they can't. If Goldberg beats Gunther, can you imagine the internet outrage?
Yeah, it's gonna be.
But I will say, if Goldberg comes in and he sells his ass off for Gunther, and obviously give him a couple of fucking spears, because that's what the crowd wants to see.
Yeah, of course.
But then sells his ass off for Gunther and puts him over, that's like good on him, for his last match or whatever. And one more fucking main event payday. So yeah, it was just a weird lineup of stuff, and then you go into that tag team where it's like the first.
Oh, you forgot the Damian Finn match.
Holy! I didn't even see that. What? Because I left and I didn't finish the pay-per-view.
Oh.
Came back and I watched the main event when I got home last night.
Oh yeah, so.
How was that?
It was a good match until it got interrupted.
Well,
I mean,
that was. Who won?
Who do you think won?
Damon?
No.
Good. Oh, it got interrupted, so Finn.
Yeah.
The big head McDonough?
Him and Carlito.
I low-key kind of love the new Judgment Day, though.
I honestly think Raquel's going to be part of it.
Cool. They all dress in black.
Yeah, I mean,
all the departments. Very multinational, too.
Yeah.
You got Irish people, you got Puerto Rican people, you got... Was Raquel just Mexican, right? Like Spanish?
Yeah. She's
Rodriguez
Latino.
Lives white. Dominic's some type of Hispanic.
Some type of Hispanic?
They need a Canadian. They should have kept Edge in there.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, Damian won last night. That was the thing.
But they got his ass whipped, right?
Yeah.
I thought that'd be the move.
Yeah, I was like, wait, hold on. I was like, wait, no, he didn't win. Finn didn't win because Damian won. Yeah, it was a good match. There was quite a few good like back and forths, and then obviously, JD. Because I was like, wait, hold on. JD was trying to get back in the ring right after. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was like, I had to look it up. I was like, no, I'm thinking I'm wrong about that. Yeah, because like Nia beat Bailey, which was I knew was going to happen, but it'll lead to my question here in a second. So did you hear the stipulation for the Crown Jewel match?
Yeah.
It's champion versus champion.
And then they get the fancy belt.
Yeah, okay. So who do you think in 4 weeks is going to be champion?
Is that when the next Crown Jewel is?
Yeah, apparently it's in 4 weeks. I need to look it up, but I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
I think that's when we get... Well, I figure champions are set, right? Like.
So is it going to be Nia versus Liv? See, that's the face I was thinking.
I was just thinking men's. Gunther Cody's cool. I actually like it because you get these weird little, not dream matches, because they're all in the same company, but these cool little matchups that you don't think you're gonna get anytime soon, and it really doesn't affect either one because you could take a loss and you still have your title. So I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, it's November 4th or November 2nd. Sorry,
Batten might actually be champ by then.
Because I could see it like Tiffany versus Liv.
Yeah. That'd be good. But 4 weeks with that, you can make one of those like, out of nowhere somebody challenged Nia, or Nia does like an open challenge and Tiffany fucks it up and costs her the match. And then you have Tiffany versus Nia for a little bit before she cashes in on somebody.
Yeah.
For a little bit more time with the briefcase. But then you'd be like, who do you want to see wrestle Liv? And I'd be... I mean, I feel like Alexa Bliss is just kind of floating around, right? Like, she's got to be close to coming back because they haven't even mentioned her lately. And I feel like when they stop mentioning you and posting stuff about you, like, you're kind of close, you know? Because, like Bliss coming in, shocking everybody, winning the title on an open challenge, and then turn around and fucking head-to-head with Liv would be a kind of fucking dope-ass match.
It'd be interesting. That's why, because I was thinking when he said that last night, I was like, their belts aren't on the line, right?
Yeah.
And then the winner gets that belt, and I was like, that's cool. That belt's gnarly. And like if it is Liv, like basically all you're gonna see is like a hairline and like kneecaps, basically.
Yeah, that's the big shit.
Yeah. Maybe the ladies one might be a little bit smaller to fit on the smaller frame. Not that many of them actually wear their belts.
Make it bigger.
Make it bigger? It has to cover all their body because it's in Saudi Arabia. But like, I was like, man, like, because I instantly I was like, thinking to myself, like, okay, what if, listen, what if Sammy beats Gunther this coming week, or it's coming Monday?
Yeah.
We get Sammy versus Cody with a heel Owens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, a Cody versus Sammy match as champions for a new belt, but also if they give the crown jewel belt to fucking Sammy after he beats Cody.
And check this out too. So I like where you're at, and we continue that. So Sammy gets the belt, and it's the ultimate, like, you know, good guy doing it the right way, grind, got to the top, right?
Yep.
So he gets there, and then you got his old pal Kevin Owens, who was trying to do the right thing all this time, and it kept fucking him, like in the Cody match when he didn't fucking pull the trigger on breaking it back. And so fucking Kevin finally snaps, realizing the only way he gets what he wants is when he fucking just has no regard for anybody and he's not a nice guy anymore. And then now you have Kevin versus Sammy, another feud, which you can give me Kevin versus Sammy fucking every other week for the rest of their time on contract, and I'll be fine with it.
That's what I'm saying,
and you
dude.
give them a real, like, a couple months feud with the title on the line, like a vicious fucking heel Kevin, which we haven't seen in 3 years now at this point.
Easily, yeah.
Because he had, or at least 2, because when they won the tag team together, that was a couple years ago.
Actually, I think it's been longer than that because he was face when Sammy was doing his conspiracy thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, as face as Kevin goes.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I like that. And people will be upset if Gunther loses that quick, but you set up this Goldberg shit. What if Goldberg comes in and fucks with the match? You get a nice little 2 pay-per-view fucking Gunther Goldberg thing.
Yeah, and you give Sammy the belt.
Title.
I mean, I would like to see Sammy beat Gunther for the belt without any shenanigans. But like, even if it was like a Goldberg, like, not really interfering with the match, but causing Gunther to fucking, you know, balk for a second, and Sammy gets him with a fucking like, I don't know, haluva kick in the fucking in the back of the dome or something.
And this is the thing too. We could just build Gunther as this maniac fucking winning machine, but for some reason Sammy's got his number.
Yeah,
that could just be a thing, and they could revisit that anytime they want to down the road. You know, and because I want to see Gunther at some point with the other title. I don't want to see Cody losing. Cody has to lose to, like, The Rock, or, like, he can't really lose to anybody else. Like, to me, it doesn't make sense, at least right now. But I am waiting, and people don't understand. They don't understand how good Cody Rhodes as a heel is going to be. if you weren't watching New Japan or Ring of Honor when he was on that indie tour and he was like declaring himself the leader of the Bullet Club, if you weren't watching those episodes of fucking The Elite on YouTube, they have no fucking idea what's coming when Cody finally pulls the trigger and he's an asshole. It's gonna be. You think people were excited when fucking Roman finally turned? When Cody turns, he's gonna be a fucking obnoxious asshole, and people are gonna hate him so bad.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Wild, dude. It's gonna be something else, dude. Like the internet's gonna fucking lose their minds.
That's what's so cool. They've had this like 2-year run of Cody being, or 3-year now of Cody being the top face, and then now that Roman's back and he's kind of the anti-hero kind of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like at Mania or something, there's some kind of turn, or Cody cheats to win, and Roman doesn't get that dub that they think he's gonna get back, and then Cody just fucking takes that title and runs with it and doesn't give him another shot. Oh, it's gonna be so good, dude.
And it's funny too because I was thinking this last night. I was like, I really want Paul, Triple H Levesque, to make Roman job for a title back. I want him to be matches. I want him to be thrown into a qualification match where he has to do 2-3 matches against other opponents to make it, to get his.
It should be the opposite of how he was when he was running with the title.
Yep.
Where he's there every now and then. They should make him grind.
Yeah, he has to actually wrestle matches to get a shot at the belt. But they're running this bloodline feud back and forth, and I'm wondering how Jay's gonna play into it because obviously he has a solo.
Fully on Roman's side, it looks like.
No, that's Jimmy.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Jimmy. But I think Jay's coming back around.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see when Jimmy and Jay come face to face. War Games is the end of November. Hold on. Let's pull it up real quick here. That one. Nope. Can't spell. I can't spell. Oh no. I'm on the clock here. Thank you. Jesus. I couldn't spell premium to save my fucking life there.
Just take PLE, fool.
Upcoming event schedule 2024. November 30th, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if Sammy being champ by then, if that works, but you have New Bloodline
versus Old School Bloodline.
Guerrillas of Destiny, Jacob, and Solo. And then you get the Usos and Roman, and you just throw Sammy in there with them.
What if this? Hold on. Let me throw this out there. What if? Hold on, just listen.
Let me cook.
Let me put this for you. Okay, so we have an opportunity, right, for this starving new bloodline that is just ravenous for gold, right? The brothers lose the tag belts, right? Listen to this. They lose it to Jimmy and Roman. So we got Jay with his gold, solo gold for the first time ever, right? Roman tag team with his cousin, champions. You got Sami Zayn, double champion, rolling in with his fucking championship belt and his crown jewel championship belt. Opposite this ravenous, bloodthirsty new bloodline with the puppet, the strings being run by the final boss, right?
Yeah.
Just like, can you imagine the fucking carnage that's going to happen when you got all the gold on old school, like, we're better than you bloodline back together, the 4 OGs, right? And then you get this new fucking bloodthirsty maniacs just trying to go like just we lost all our gold. I haven't even got gold yet, you know, and like that shit's gonna be wild, dude. You got. I'm just saying.
That one's great. If you want to twist it just a little bit, what if Sammy gets the gold, right, and he's running, but then loses it to Solo? What if Solo goes after that belt? You still have the Gorillas of Destiny with the tag team titles. He goes and gets the World Heavyweight title from Sammy, and that pulls Sammy into the Survivor Series match.
Okay.
So you got Bloodline 2.0 with all the gold. We could fucking get Jacob something by then. We can figure out a way for him to snag one of them.
Go against LA or I mean, it would suck if he went against Jay this quickly.
But that honestly makes, if you want to go really build up that Bloodline 2.0 versus 1.0, and 2.0's got all the gold.
Oh, actually, it would be really good for storytelling too. If Solo did go after Sammy for it, right? That's a double storyline, right? Because
yeah,
he gets a Solo gold, right? It's not the Solo gold he was going after, but it's Solo gold, right? And then he takes down the false bloodline member that he always thought Sammy was, right?
Yeah.
So that's one part, right? But then Roman can be shit talking, like, yeah, but that's not the belt. That's not the gold that you wanted. That's a secondary gold.
Consolation.
Yeah.
Because he called that a consolation prize when he had both of them. Yeah.
So like he could be like, yo, yeah, you know, and like you could be like, hey, the Gorillas of Destiny probably fucking like stole theirs because of all
Have
the.
Have they referred to them as that though?
Not yet. The internet has, but I don't think anybody has put it on TV yet. I think because it might have a negative connotation, a little bit. I mean, they call Jacob a fucking Samoan werewolf.
That T-shirt's dope too.
Yeah. They need to do a wolf shirt with him, by the way.
Yeah.
They need a line of like those classic wolf shirts, you know, like the howling at the moon and like the full body thing on the mountain or whatever.
Yeah.
They need one with Jacob where he's like, but it's a werewolf. They need also one with Braun where he's just the dog, right? But then you need to do a Sammy where he's like the underdog, so it's like he looks like he's like in like a Christmas sweater or some shit. That's just me thinking. Then you got to do one with Jay though, yeet it up. You know what I mean? That's pretty cool. But yeah, you could definitely spin that the other way and have all the gold switch sides. But also that happening too would be crazy because like I would have never thought Jimmy or Jay was gonna win gold on TV. I thought they were definitely setting up for a PLE and they didn't, and I was like, dang.
Well, that was the first. That SmackDown had something, right? It was some kind of significance.
It was, yeah. It was the premiere episode of Raw.
Yeah, that's right. On USA.
Yeah. But like, it was weird to me because I was like, they were building up such a thing like to go towards Bad Blood, like not on Bad Blood, but like towards Bad Blood. I was like, are they gonna put this title match?
No.
And then like I was like, no, it's too far away. And then like, it happens, and I was like, oh, that's dope that he won, and it was a really good match.
I kind of like how they've been doing it lately, though, with the pay-per-view matches or PLE matches being like 4 or 5 matches only.
Yeah.
Keep it kind of short, tight, only a certain amount, and then you still have there's something TV-wise that you're looking forward to before or after that, like a big anchor match to hold that, like Jay winning. So that's kind of cool.
And are Jimmy and Roman? They're on SmackDown, right?
I don't think Roman counts. I think Roman goes wherever he wants.
Well, yeah, because it's Roman.
Because I don't think he's actually anchored down, though. I'm not sure.
When does Paul come back?
I thought Paul would come back before Roman, so I don't know.
Because I thought... So... I don't know why, though.
I really thought when they fucked up Paul, I thought Roman was the next week. I thought that was like the last thing to send him over the edge.
Yeah.
So I miscalculated that one by a lot.
Yeah, because they're slow burning some stuff in a weird way. But, like, it's also, like, some of the payoffs, dude. Like, what was crazy last night is, like, how little Cody got screen time.
Yeah.
I mean, other than getting his fucking ass stomped in. And then finally almost making the tag to Roman, and Roman getting pulled off by Jacob. Which, by the way, I really wished Roman would have got the best of Jacob in that exchange. But then it led to, like, why, and I know why he didn't. But
Yeah.
I would have liked to see him, like, fucking, like, kick him. But Jimmy's return was fucking phenomenal. Just if he would have had just a smoke bomb, would have been like the next level thing, like, and like all of a sudden he's there, and like, dang, how did they do that? They made him out of smoke, but him just like sliding out from underneath the ring and just like standing behind the gorillas, and he's like,
who's that in the black hoodie? It's fucking Jimmy. It's always Jimmy in the black hoodie.
It's always Jimmy. Like, if it's not Jimmy, it's Jimmy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and none of this time though. So
yeah, I did like the pull down in the tongue, and I was like, oh, hell yeah.
My favorite part though was when Cody was getting stomped out, and Jimmy was like, "You gave him your word.
Yep.
You gave him your word."
Yep.
And he goes, "I'm with you, whatever you call." And then Roman just goes, "All right," and they both haul ass to the ring. I was like, "That's good shit right there."
It was funny too, because like right before Jimmy popped up out of nowhere, seemingly, and the Gorillas were there, and I was like, "Okay, all right, KO and Randy, right?" I was like, KO and Randy. Yeah, and I was like, I'm screaming. I'm like, come on, they got to come out, right? They're gonna be reluctant to help Roman, but like, they want to help the boy. And then Jimmy shows up. I was like, nope, fuck those two. Let's go. What's up? What's going on here? What's happening with my boy Jimmy?
The other thing too is everyone thinking the Rock, the throat slash, was that Cody?
No, brother.
I think just like KO's mad at Cody for teaming, I think the Rock's mad at Roman for teaming.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,002%, sir.
Yeah.
1,007% correct on that, dude. Like, bro, dude, I saw it. I mean, he did that. I was, because he's like,
yeah.
I was like, oh no, that was strike 3, bud.
Yeah.
That was strike 3, bud.
He's got business with both of them, because we still have that weird exchange from him after Mania.
Yeah.
Him and Cody. We don't know what the gift was yet, so that still comes into play. But now he's pissed at Roman for teaming with him, and he's gonna turn it into turning your back on the family.
Mm-hmm.
To go against the guy that fucked us, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's gonna be the angles they can go.
So does Paul come back to help Roman and his group kind of strategize, and then The Rock is over here manipulating Solo and them, and just like being like the master of fucking mayhem?
I don't know. It's Heyman as a good guy never lasts very long.
Well, he can still be like the manipulative one, right? Like, he's still kind of pulling the strings in a bad way, but like, obviously, like, he wants the gold back. Or do you think he fucking turns and is working with The Rock? No, because he's not gonna go with Solo.
No Solo.
Yeah, I don't know how they spin that. Or when he does, or when Roman fucking turns after they defeat the shambles that are Solo's bloodline.
Yeah, I think.
Or the bloodless line. I think
this all kind of ultimately leads to after
Roman.
all the bloodline versus bloodline stuff settles down, we get a face-ish Roman who's on good terms with the bloodline, but they're not really the bloodline anymore. They're all just kind of doing their own thing.
They're the oos.
And they can, coincide again when they need to, but I don't think it's going to be like a weekly thing, the bloodline anymore. They're all going to be running and doing their own thing.
And do you think when Jimmy and Jay come face to face, is it going to be amicable? Do you think Jimmy's going to congratulate Jay, or is he going to be?
Yeah.
Or are we going to get the fucking like a potential setup for a belt match between those two?
Nah, they're going to be same side in it. There might be a little tension at first, but
good, because that's what I want.
There'll be something where like Jimmy comes and makes the save.
Saves Jay from Braun Breaker or whoever.
It'll probably be a faction thing like
Judgment Day
or somebody
Phantasma.
Like Phantasma would be cool.
Or Lucha Brothers. I mean, I don't know when they showing up, but
those guys. Yeah.
I want to see WWE Tag Team Gold on those motherfuckers.
The Motor City Machine Gun is what everyone's saying. That's their vignette. The one.
Yeah, it was weird. It was very strange because I was like, we're not. Are we going to be talking Fastlane? Is that what we're building to? Because I thought they were skipping Fastlane this year.
Well, they just said coming to SmackDown.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because I think they're leading, because that's what they did last year with the whole Fastlane thing. But I was like, I thought they were skipping Fastlane because of Bad Blood.
I don't know how it's going to set up.
All I know is we have 2 PLEs next month. One at the beginning and one at the end. Or, sorry, this month. One at the beginning, one at the end. And then we go right. Literally, 2 weeks later, you have War Games.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, what's happening here?
Yeah.
Paul,
it's a lot of shit.
Paul's ramping some shit up, dude. And we got Saturday Night.
Stuff's gonna be crazy.
Saturday Night Live, right?
Saturday main event.
Saturday main event's coming. Saturday Night Live. Saturday main event. So that's kind of cool. I mean, I don't know. It's wild right now to see what we're dealing with. But the Levesque era is in full, and not even full swing yet. I don't think. We're in warm up stage. I think still.
Yeah.
Like next year might be full swing.
Ramp up right before Mania, and I feel like they're ramping up early. You know what I mean? Just when you've been a wrestling fan for so long, you kind of expect these to be you're hoping for a good pay-per-view, but they're gonna be kind of random. But I'm like, God damn, there's a lot of story shit going on right now.
Yeah, they're hitting it hard. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a good time.
Yeah, sir.
All right, I think we're good on this. So we're going to call it now before we keep rambling.
Sandwiches and wrestling.
Yep. Don't forget it was old school beverages, sandwiches, and wrestling. So with a little fast food talk in there. I thought we were about to get into the hamburger triangle of death here, and I was like, man, I cannot qualify that.
I'm too old and fat for that shit.
Yeah, and I was like,
we talk about it anymore.
Nope, can't do that.
That's a young man's game.
My stomach started hurting just saying that out loud. I was like, oh no.
People were like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah. Go back. It's on an episode from many years ago.
Like an episode 30, probably.
Yeah, no shit. Anyways, so that's it for this week's episode of Comes Naturally. We have been
Mike.
I have been Cody, and as usual, you fuckers just came naturally. Did you just give it spirit fingers?
No, I'm shooting spirit on my finger. Yeah, I'm shooting spirit fingers.
Did you just money shot the camera with spirit fingers? Jesus.